What's cracking, y'all? Hope everyone is well. I am Boo. Thanks for coming through. Take a look at this video, and then we'll talk about it.
You know, you gotta feel sorry for James Gunn fans. But I give it to them because they're doing more promotion for Superman than DC Studios is. But that shit is so lame. Rerun with Gunn. James Gunn is running DC characters in the fucking ground. Just look at the suit. He couldn't even get the suit right. And it's pretty obvious that they're not confident in his film.
For full transparency, I just found out about this channel. I've only watched this particular video thus far. So based on this single sample size, it seems like good content whether you agree or disagree. YouTube channel is called Harsh Critics. Now I don't know his personal interests based off this one video. I only just started following. So I'm not going to call him a Snyder fan, or this fan, or that fan. He may or may not be. I don't know. I see some DCEU posters, movie posters on his wall, but he just might be a fan of DC as a whole and probably just wants the best for the IP and these characters. So after watching his video, which I will post a link for in the description of this video, if you want to go check it out and check out more of his content, go support him by all means. But after watching his video, I definitely get this feeling that he is not a fan of some of James Gunn's work for sure. More specifically, not a fan of what has been presented to us with regard to the James Gunn Superman movie releasing this summer. And that's for sure. I'm picking up heavy vibes on that, which is completely fine. That is his opinion. Now, if anybody was wondering about me, I like both Snyder and Gunn's work. So I have no dog in the fight when it comes to Snyder fans versus Gunn fans. People watch one video of mine and like to label me as one or the other just because I'm supporting something they did or I like something they did. It's not the case. I just like what I like. But where I have an issue with in his video is when he said James Gunn is running DC characters into the ground. That is where I was like, hold up. Based on what? How? Because you and along with many other people don't like the new Superman suit? Yes, the suit is very divisive. Maybe even the most divisive Superman suit that I can remember. But to say he's running DC characters into the ground is wild to me. Even if you didn't like the trailer, I can't say someone's running the characters into the ground based off a trailer. There's no story there. There's no real substance. We need to see the whole movie. But hey, that's just me. The movie hasn't even released yet. Now, if he's one of those people that got to see the early screening, then okay, he could stand more firmly on that. And I stand corrected. But if I had to take a guess, I would think he probably didn't get to watch one of those early screenings. But what do I know? Superman will be his first box office release under this new DCU. With that being said, as far as television series goes, James Gunn has had his paws on other characters and IPs, namely Peacemaker and Creature Commandos. Those are the only two projects with the DC characters under James Gunn that have released that will be a part of the new DCU. And I can assure you, he has not run DC characters into the ground with those projects that have released. Both Peacemaker and Creature Commandos handled all the characters with care and really gave them all sound character development and good story arcs. I can honestly say that. That's my take on those two television series anyway. And it would appear that the majority of the critics and audience agree with me as well. Based on actual released projects, James Gunn has showed no signs of running DC characters into the ground. I'm sorry. I went into Creature Commandos and Peacemaker thinking it would probably suck, I'll be honest. And it turns out I was pleasantly surprised and pleasantly pleased with how damn good both series were. Now, technically, James Gunn's first DC film was The Suicide Squad. But remember, that takes place in the DCEU. Even with that being said, it does serve as another example of James Gunn putting out a product that was generally well received amongst critics and audience members. Unfortunately, for its box office numbers, it had to deal with the stink of the first Suicide Squad movie and a handful of bad movies in the DCEU that were dragging down a universe as a whole, despite the DCEU having some very good films in it. Bottom line, I have seen nothing that suggests James Gunn is running DC characters into the ground. And that's all I gotta say about it. Sound off in the comments section. That's a wrap for today's episode. I appreciate each and every one of you for stepping in, showing your love, showing your support, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Now, I could sit here and smack you all around with the generic like, comment, subscribe BS, but nobody gives a damn about that. So do whatever the hell you want to do, because you're going to do it anyway. Now, I'm going to give you to the count of 10 to get your ugly, yellow, no good keister off my property before I pump your guts full of lead. I am Boo, and I am out.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.